Hi, everyone. I'm Alain Glanzman, the co-founder and CEO of WalletFi, and I'd like to start off today with a problem that many of us are likely familiar with, and that's having absolutely no idea what's tied to our debit and credit cards on a monthly, recurring, and subscription basis. I see a couple head nods already. So if this sounds like you, you're not alone. As it turns out, 40 million millennials have 10 to 15 recurring charges tied to multiple debit and credit cards. And as you can imagine, this creates not only a problem for the consumers, but for the banks and credit unions as well. So on the consumer side, losing or replacing a card is an extremely painful process. And when you do get that new card, there's no easy way to update your payment information. And then there's the duplicate subscription charges, right? So maybe you have Netflix on 2 cards. I'm guilty of that. Or maybe somebody in your family or a couple people in your family have 3 Spotify accounts. We've all been there. On the banks and credit union side, millennials are more loyal to their subscriptions than they are to their banks. And what do I mean by that? Well, we recently had a person with 2 Wells Fargo cards loaded in our app, and yet they were not a Wells Fargo customer in their mind. But if you asked them if they were a Netflix customer, they said, yeah, I'm a Netflix customer. Are you a LinkedIn customer? Yeah, I'm a LinkedIn customer. So there's a disconnect here. And then there's customer churn around reissuance. In that 2 to 3 day period where it takes for that new card to come in the mail, those recurring merchants are already reaching out to your customer and asking for updated payment information. And oftentimes it's not your card that you've reissued. And it could be a different card from a different bank. And that puts top of wallet at risk. Fortunately, there's now a better way. And that better way is WalletFi. So what we've done is we've created bank technology that allows consumers to easily identify all of their subscriptions, recurring charges, and card on file, and allows the consumer to move those over in real time from their old card to their newly reissued card, providing them more financial control and the ability to optimize their spend. On the banks and credit union side, this helps to increase millennial engagement by helping the millennials where they spend around their subscriptions, reduces customer churn, and secures top-of-wallet status. By doing this, we are addressing a $4 billion global revenue opportunity. We're starting with the community banks and the credit unions and working our way up to some of those bigger banks and financial institutions, which have a longer sales cycle. One of the things to note is that the big banks could be worth anywhere from $7 to $10 million a year in revenue for WalletFi for one single bank. So why now? Well, over the next hour, you're going to hear a lot more about millennials. And it's because millennials are now the predominant consumers of financial services in the US. And that's actually a quote from Gary Norcross, so he teed that up perfectly for us. Subscription economy. We live in a subscription economy, and it's grown by 3,000% since 2013. It's also now valued at $102 billion. And if you don't believe the size of this, think about Amazon's recent purchase of Whole Foods. You're going to be able to buy your groceries on an on-demand subscription basis. And then there's the reissuance piece. 200 million cards are issued every year in the US, and when that Target breach happened, 40 million cards were reissued. 10 to 15% of those were never reactivated by the consumer. Those are some large numbers, and that wasn't even the bank's fault. So from a competition standpoint, we view this from a B2C and B2B side. On the B2C side, there are some interesting companies like Trim and Truebill that help you identify your subscriptions and cancel them, but nobody helps you manage the subscriptions that you want to keep. Additionally, nobody on the B2C side has figured out the transfer component like we have. And then on the B2B side, there are Visa, MasterCard, they all have account updater services. But this is focused on getting the merchant back online and not your bank customer. And if you're a consumer who's just gone through a painful reissuance process, especially around fraud, you don't want to find out that that brand new number is being transacted behind the scenes. So what we've done with WalletFi is provided technology that allows you, gets the bank customer to proactively take all of their charges and move it over. So here's how it works. For starters, the setup for WalletFi is a quick 3-step process. Using bank information, The user can sign online and see all of their subscriptions and charges quickly in one place, and then begin to move subscriptions over by clicking on the icon. So in this case, clicking on Netflix and dragging and dropping it to another card in the digital wallet. On the business side, we make money by selling to banks and credit unions through a white label and direct integration solution. So we have a white label app, and then we also have a call center enhancement feature, and this is to increase customer experience. It's another touch point, so when the customer calls, you can push out the WalletFi app and get them back online quickly. And for the banks that don't want another mobile app to market, we have a WalletFi API that directly integrates. The revenue structure is pretty straightforward. It's a mix of implementation fees and a monthly charge per customer. Since founding the company in 2016, we've made some great traction. In September of 2016, we won the SoFi MBA pitch competition. If you're not familiar with SoFi, they have 200,000 millennial customers. And this was fantastic validation for us. In October, we were one of the only non-VC backed companies to be invited to participate in Bank of America's Tech Innovation Program. And in January, we began beta testing. In March, we went down to South by Southwest. And then in April, we were very fortunate to be accepted into not one, but two global FinTech accelerator programs, the VC FinTech Accelerator and the Barclays Techstars Accelerator. And ultimately, it was a relationship with the Venture Center as well as FIS that got us down to Little Rock, and being here today makes it absolutely worth it for us. We just finished completion of our iOS mobile application. It's been a long time coming, so we're very excited to announce that. And then we have 30 banks and financial institutions that we're working on deals with to get to a point where we manage all subscriptions globally. We realize this is a lofty goal, which is why we're raising $750,000 to support key hires, marketing, bank partnerships, which will get us to $35 million in ARR by year 4. Behind WalletFi is a team of experienced entrepreneurs who have been there before and know what it takes to scale a company. I've had 2 companies in the past. My co-founder, Mark, scaled a staffing services firm to $17 million in revenue without any outside capital. We have a fantastic development team with Patrick and Catherine. Catherine was the head of Amex payments for a while, and then Rory was listed as one of the best new app designers by Apple. We also wouldn't be here without the support of our fantastic advisors. So Scott Albert is one of our advisors. He came down here from North Carolina, so Scott, thank you for making the trip. Jordan Duggan, who's helped us with the compliance and the DevOps side, and then Randy Baer, who has 22 years as an IT architect at USAA, and we actually met him down here as part of the program. So that's our team, that's WalletFi, and we look forward to helping you become top of wallet. Thank you very much.